Okay, we'll go ahead and get started on the body. To start, you're just going to need to do your slip knot. And we're using the same size needle. It's the size I9, 5.5 millimeter. And we're going to do a chain of 3. And then we're going to just slip stitch into the first chain to form a ring. And then we're going to be doing half doubles through the center of the ring. So we're going to do a chain of 2. This chain of 2 is going to count as a half double crochet. So to do the half double, we're going to yarn over and find the center of the ring. It's kind of hard, but well. Okay, go through the center of the ring, yarn over, or draw up a loop, and then we're going to yarn over for the half double and go through all 3 loops on your hook. And that's what a half double is. So we're going to yarn over again, go through the ring, drop a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and go through all 3. So counting that chain 2, and we just did 2 more half doubles, so we have a total of 3. We're going to need to do 12. So I'm going to do another one, yarn over, go through the ring, drop a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and go through all 3. That's number 4. Yarn over, go through the ring, drop a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and go through all of them. That's 5. So we're going to do a total of 12, counting that. Chain 2, 6, 7, 8, oh, read that one over. Okay, and here is number 9. And 11, and here's 12. Okay, we got 12 half doubles through the center. You can pull on the tail, make that ring tighter. And then now we're going to slip stitch in the top of that first chain 2 we made to close that round off. And that's what we got so far. So now we're going to chain 2 again, counts as a half double crochet. Now we're going to go we're going to do 2 half double crochets in every stitch around. So we're just going to yarn over and go back into that exact same stitch and do another half double. Like that. And now we're just going to do 2 in every stitch around. Go back in there, do another one. Okay, move to the next one, do 2 half doubles. That, next one, 2. Two in the next. Oops. Okay, I'm coming up on my last one, put 2 in it. And then, just like before, we're going to slip stitch into the very first chain 2 to close that round off. That's what we have so far. Now we're going to do another chain 2. And now we're going to do 1 single crochet, and then 2 single crochets in the next stitch, then 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and then 2. So this counts as our first one. So in the next stitch, we're going to do 2. I'm sorry, I said single crochet, I mean half doubles. 2 half doubles into the next stitch. And then in the next one is going to be 1 half double, and then 2 half doubles in the next. And then 1 half double in the next, and then 2 half doubles in the next stitch. 1 half double in the next, 2 in the next stitch. So just repeat this sequence all the way around. Until you get back to the beginning. I'm back here where I started, and again we're going to slip stitch in this chain 2 to end that round. Now what we're just going to do is single crochets. So we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to go back into that same stitch and do a single crochet. And then we're going to do 1 single crochet in every stitch all the way around. Just 1 in each stitch. And we're going to be doing single crochets for the rest of this body until we get to the very, very end, and then we'll do decreases. So just do 1 single crochet in every stitch around until you get back to the beginning real quick, and then we'll start with the stitch marker. Back here to the beginning. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to work in a continual round of single crochets. So I'm right here at my beginning point, so you're going to need a stitch marker. I'm just going to use a piece of yarn, set it in there so I know from now on that that's my beginning point. So I'm just going to single crochet over here into the very first single crochet that we did. I'm not going to do any slip stitches in there or anything anymore, just like that. And then I'm going to continue around with 1 single crochet in every stitch around, and that's what we're going to do from here on out. So I'm just going to 1 single crochet all the way around, and when I get back to my stitch marker, I'm just going to move my stitch marker up and keep going around with single crochets. So it's just going to be round and around and around with single crochets, and at my stitch marker I'm just going to keep moving it up so I know that's my beginning point. And you're going to need to do a total of 42 rounds of the single crochet. We don't count the half doubles, just 42 rounds of the single crochet. And then I'll meet you back up there in a little bit. I got 42 rounds of single crochet done for his body, and I went ahead and stuffed it, like the head part here, with some fiber fill, and then I left this part unstuffed for now because when I sew on his body, I want the head to be stuffed like that, but the body part, like the bottom, to be flat. But then I'll probably put a little bit of stuffing in his tail. So at the end of the 42, I'm at my stitch marker here. I'm going to do a row of decreases. So I'm going to go ahead and single crochet up to my stitch marker here and move my stitch marker up Okay, now I'm going to do single crochet in the next stitch, and then another single crochet, and then I'm going to do a decrease. So my pattern is going to be 2 single crochets and then a single crochet decrease. So my decrease, I'm going to go in to the next stitch and draw up a loop. I'm not going to yarn over anything. I'm going to go directly into the next one and draw up a loop. And then I'll have 3 loops on my hook. Then I'm going to yarn over and go through all 3. And that's how I decreased. I took these 2 stitches and I made them into 1. So I'm going to do another single crochet in the next, single crochet in the next, and now I'm going to do a decrease again. So I'm going to go into the next stitch, grab my yarn, pull it up, and then go into the next one, grab my yarn, pull it up, 3 loops on my hook, yarn over and go through all 3. So that was another decrease. So I'm going to do single crochet in the one in each of the next 2 stitches again, and then I'm going to do a decrease and into the next one, 3 on my hook, yarn over and go through all 3. Now single crochet, 1 in the next, each of the next 2 stitches, and then the decrease, so, and then the next one, 3 loops on my hook. I'm going to go through all 3, and then single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches, and then a decrease, go over to the next stitch, 3 loops on my hook, go through all 3, single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches again, decrease, like that, single crochet in the next 2, and then decrease, single crochet in the next 2, decrease, single crochet in the next 2, and then decrease like this, and then I'm out here, I'm going to do a single crochet in this last stitch, and that is where my stitch marker is, so I'm going to move my stitch marker up. And now I'm just going to do 1 single crochet in every stitch around again until I get to my stitch marker. So go ahead and do that, and I'll meet you back up here at the stitch marker. Just 1 single crochet. Around to my stitch marker after doing that row of 1 single crochet in every stitch. So now I'm going to do the same thing I did with the decreases. I'm going to do 2 single crochets and then a single crochet decrease. So I did my first single crochet after the stitch marker. So I'm going to do 1 more. That's 2. Now I'm going to do a decrease again. Just like that. Now I'm going to do 2 singles, 1 in the next 2 stitches, and then the decrease. And then single crochet, 1 in each of the next 2 stitches, and then the decrease. That. 2 singles in a row, 1 in each of the next 2 stitches, and then the decrease again, just like that. 1 single in the next 2 stitches, and then the decrease. One single in each of the next 2 stitches, decrease. One single in each of the next 2 stitches, and a decrease. Just like that. And if you don't end in a decrease, like if your stitches when you did your round was a little bit different than mine, it's okay. That's not no big deal. So I'm just going to move up my little piece of yarn here as my marker. Now I'm just going to do 1 single crochet in every stitch around. Okay, coming up to my stitch marker. Now this time I think we're going to do just a decrease in every stitch. So my stitch, after my stitch marker, I move my stitch marker up. Now we're just going to start doing straight decreases. So you go into the next stitch, draw up a loop, and then the next one, and draw up a loop. Yarn over and go through all 3. And just keep doing decreases. There's going to be no single crochets in between. And when you start doing decreases, straight decreases like this, the yarn really starts to pool. And see, it kind of looks like maybe there's no stitch there, but there is. So make sure you don't do the same stitch twice, or it won't decrease. Now, I'm going to stop there for a second. I might put just a little bit of stuffing in it before it closes up. Oh. Okay. Just a little bit. And if you don't want to even stuff your tail area, you don't have to. A little bit here in the end. And like I said, I was going to leave the body part kind of flat, so I just do a little bit in his tail. And then I'm just going to keep decreasing and close it up. I'm just doing straight decreases now, all the way around. And I'm just gonna move my stitch marker because I'm not even gonna worry about that anymore. I'm just gonna continue around and around with decreases. Until it goes shut, or most of the way shut. And it starts to get a little tight here at the end. Oh, my yarn got all tangled up. But just keep going and put as many decreases as you can all the way around. So I can still put a few more. This might be my last one that I can fit. Okay. And then when I get and do as many decreases as I can, I get to where I can't do no more, to just clip my yarn and leave kind of a long tail so we can sew it. See, I still have a little bit of a hole up here, but I'm just gonna use a yarn needle and just kind of sew it shut at the end. Just to close it up a little bit. Put a few stitches in there. Okay, that's probably good. And then flip it. And then you probably have to move that fuzz back down in here in the corner if you put stuffing in it. Okay, let me test it out on my just slide it down back in the corner, and this is flat with no stuffing, and then I just pushed all that back up to the top, so when he sets on there his body part's flat, but he's still got a little bit of stuffing there in his tail end. Okay, so we got his body made and his shells made. Now we'll go ahead and sew him all together.